The possibility of severe thunderstorms, a cold front, and some tropical mischief. A lot to talk about in this Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. And a very good morning to you on Texas Storm Chasers Boldy and Chief David Reimer. It is Friday, the 20th of September, 2024. We do have quite a bit of weather to talk about over the next few days as we get into an active weather pattern, one that is definitely more reminiscent of meteorological fall with the opportunity of thunderstorms, organized thunderstorms at that, along with a cold front. That'll bring a nice drop in temperatures to parts of the state, and we're going to have to keep an eye on the Gulf of Mexico next week as well. Let's start off with the severe weather outlook. This is going to be for Saturday afternoon and evening across portions of eastern New Mexico, the Panhandle, West Texas, into parts of the Guadalupe Mountains, Trans-Pecos, and the Permian Basin. Storm Prediction Center is indicating the potential for isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms, mainly between 3 p.m. Central Time, probably a bit sooner in eastern New Mexico, through probably about midnight, maybe a wee bit longer east of I-27, across, well, parts of West Texas, the Panhandle, into the Permian Basin. Risk may extend a little further east towards I-27 than this graphic shows, but it does look like the potential will exist for the strongest storms to produce damaging straight-line winds over 70 miles an hour, maybe hail up to the size of golf balls, and a brief tornado cannot be ruled out, though the overall tornado threat looks to be very low. Let's pop on over to the high-resolution rapid refresh. As we go through today, tonight, into Saturday, the opportunity will exist for a few thunderstorms this afternoon and evening in the Panhandle, along with isolated storms today in South Texas, the Coastal Bend, South Central Texas. Maybe some showers continuing through the overnight into Saturday morning across the Panhandle, but take a look as we get into Saturday afternoon and evening. It looks like isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms, including perhaps a bit of a supercellular storm mode across eastern New Mexico, moving into West Texas and the Panhandle. Again, strongest storms may be on the rowdy side with damaging winds, hail, lightning, and heavy rain. We've got a Texas Tech football game at 2:30 p.m. Saturday in Lubbock. Based on the current trends, it looks like we should be able to get that in without issues, with the possibility of thunderstorms rolling in from the west Saturday evening, several hours after the game ends, hopefully. But we will see increasing cloud cover across the state today, tonight, into Saturday. Longer range from the American forecast model, the global forecast system, as we head through Sunday and into next week. Cold front will be moving southeast with the potential for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Along that front's leading edge, northwest Texas, the Big Country, the Permian Basin, moving into Texoma, North Texas, maybe central Texas, Monday morning. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. After that, looks like Monday afternoon into at least Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon will be on the quiet side, but maybe another upper-level storm system arriving Tuesday evening into Wednesday. That could bring the chance for showers and thunderstorms to the northern half of Texas. This specific model, the global forecast system, being quite rambunctious and on the aggressive side with those precipitation chances Tuesday into Wednesday. But I do want to point out that is not a certainty. Other model data is not as robust, so we'll have to wait and see. It could end up being drier than this model shows, but those blue arrows you see on the screen, those are your wind direction, and yes, that would indicate cold front this weekend into early next week, and yes, it will come with a cool down for at least the northwestern half of the state. Forecast rain totals of the next 5 days from the Weather Prediction Center: Gully Washer, Toad Strangler, Turd Floater. Boy, I can't talk, but pick your favorite way to describe it, and there you go. Looking at good 1 to 4 inches of rain. Panhandle into parts of West Texas, including Amarillo, Dumas, Dalhart, Plainview, Perryton, Canadian, Shamrock, McLean, all the way down to Childress and Lubbock. We might even see a wee bit of isolated flooding from that. Overall, we're looking at the best rain chances across the northwestern half of the state over the next few days. Again, this is Sunday, well, technically Saturday afternoon, Sunday into Monday morning. with maybe some rain chances increasing Tuesday into Wednesday as well. Again, right now it looks like Guadalupe Mountains, Davis Mountains, Trans-Pecos, Big Bend, Permian Basin, Concho Valley, Big Country, Northwest Texas with the best chance for maybe 1/4 to 1.5 inches of rain. Lower precipitation totals into Texoma and North Texas, and then perhaps isolated rain totals in the coastal bend, South Texas, with activity today and over the next few days. Now, transitioning from convective weather to tropical weather. Here is the latest tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center. This is for a system that has a medium potential of becoming a tropical cyclone as we get into early next week. Currently located over the Central Caribbean, it will be making its way into the southern Gulf of Mexico early next week. At this point, a 40% probability, and that probably will go up. Now, there's a couple factors leading to the eventual track with this, and the first and most important one is it hasn't even developed a defined low-level circulation yet, and until that happens, we're not going to get a good idea of where this is going. But if that cold front and storm system next Tuesday and Wednesday verifies, that would tend to try to keep this system further east, the eastern Gulf of Mexico. And historical analogs for this time of year would suggest this is at least poses a higher threat to the eastern half of the Gulf of Mexico, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, versus the Texas Gulf Coast. If it develops, is that me saying this isn't going to be a Texas issue? No. Again, it's way too early to define any sort of specifics, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. Yes, this could be an issue for somebody on the Gulf Coast by next weekend. That is for sure. And from tropical weather to fire weather we go. Here is the latest wildfire outlook from the Texas A&M Forest Service. And yes, the potential will exist for moderate to high fire danger today. Panhandle, West Texas, Permian Basin, down to the Trans-Pecos and the borderland of far West Texas. Lower tomorrow, thanks to increasing moisture in parts of the Panhandle, West Texas. And then as we get into Sunday, low to moderate to locally high fire danger across the state. The overall potential for extended attack operations remains on the low side, as does the potential for large wildfire growth. Now let's take a look at temperatures over the next 5 days. Near record highs, 2 record high temperatures are expected today, with triple-digit temperatures likely from pretty much, honestly, San Antonio, Austin, Waco, DFW, up through Northwest Texas, up 287 through Wichita Falls, Vernon, Childress, up to near Amarillo. We're looking at 102 in Vernon, 101 in Wichita Falls and Childress, 96 in Tyler, 97 in Texarkana and Houston, about 89 on the immediate Gulf Coast and Corpus Christi, down towards South Padre Island, up into the mid to upper 90s, McAllen, Laredo, Del Rio, 95 in El Paso. Tomorrow you can start seeing that change, the leading edge of the cold front arriving. 78 for a high in Dalhart, 89 in Amarillo, with, guess what? Still plenty of 90s, eastern 80% of the state. Now we're really going to start seeing some differences on Sunday and Monday as that cold front actually does start pushing southeast. 76 for a high on Sunday in Amarillo, 69 Dalhart, 81 in Lubbock, 85 in Midland, Odessa, 91 in Abilene, 92 Wichita Falls, down to about 93 in DFW, 92 Tyler, Marshall, 91 Texarkana, 93 in Houston, about 94 to 95. Waco, Austin, San Antonio, 88 in El Paso, 97 in Laredo. Now here is where we get the kicker. Northwestern half of the state. Monday, high temperatures, upper 70s to low to mid 80s. We're looking at 78 Amarillo, Lubbock, 79 in Midland, 88 in El Paso, 80 in Abilene, 85 San Angelo, about, let's just say a good 82 in Fort Stockton, 82 in Gainesville and Sherman, 88 in Texarkana, 85 in DFW, still unfortunately low to mid 90s, Southeast Texas, the Brazos Valley, South Central Texas with mid to upper 90s, the Edwards Plateau, the Rio Grande Plains, Deep South Texas, and as we get back into Tuesday, starting to warm back up a bit across Northwest Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley. But depending on how we trend for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we may have another cold front with cooler temperatures actually spreading further southeast in Texas, along with additional precipitation chances. We'll see. That's still up in the air. But here is the Climate Prediction Center outlook for September 25th through 29th. Notice, yeah, a little better than not chance we'll have above average temperatures. But again, so is the whole country, it looks like, with us being the lesser hot on the hotness scale. I don't know. Take your pick. And then about equal chance for below average or above average precipitation totals across the state as we go into the final days of September. But hey, we'll just have to wait and see. We are definitely beginning to switch into more of a meteorological fall situation with the potential for storm systems every several days. Now, it is Friday, which means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to acknowledge our spinny doomers here on the Texas Weather Center, though we appreciate everyone who is a member. Let's start with Jacqueline Alvarez. Thank you very much for being a spinny doomer here on the Texas Weather Center. r/tornado chats. Thank you for being a spinny doomer. Love, live, laugh. Thanks for being a spinny doomer here on the Texas Weather Center. Jacob Benitez. Thank you very much for being a spinny doomer here on the Texas Weather Center and helping support us. Anthony R. Pelosi. Thank you very much for being a spinny doomer. And Ryan Tucker, thank you very much for being a spinny doomer here on the Texas Weather Center. Much like we had to do over the springtime months, we're going to be producing Texas weather roundups this weekend, it looks like, at least tomorrow for Saturday, given the fact we do have a severe weather threat in parts of West Texas and the Panhandle. We'll see if we need to do one on Sunday, but that weather roundup will probably be a morning edition. Maybe. We'll see. Depends if I actually want to sleep or not. As you can tell, I'm a little tired now, so yeah, discombobulated thoughts for sure, but that's okay because I'm Baldy in Chief, and even though I'm dressed up in a nice comfy shirt this morning, showing off our cool super duper logo, even with a cute little tie, here, I'll even put it on the microphone for posterity reasons. Yes, I am still tired, and yes, I still manage to mumble and fumble up my words, but that's okay because this is the part of the video where I get to say thanks for tuning in, and as always, we appreciate y'all giving us feedback here on the Texas Weather Center. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to get notified when we do have new Texas weather forecasts and live severe weather coverage when necessary. We'll see. Maybe it'll be necessary on Saturday. I hope not, but we'll be here and be ready just in case. And as always, you can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radars, and of course your daily Texas weather roundups in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Y'all make it a great Friday. Stay cool. God bless.